Let me introduce myself. My name is Nirmal, and I'm having total IT experience of around 15 years. And I'm working with cloud technologies like AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. And I'm having also work with the DevOps tools like Jenkins, GitLab, and the deployment tools like your Ansible, infrastructure as code like Terraform, CloudFormation, and also I work in Docker, Kubernetes, and ECS, and also knowledge on monitoring tools like Datadog, and many more tools are there. So next is about this course. What is about this course? This course is will basically focus to our AWS Solution Architect certification, and in this course also we have included major developer services along with architect. We have also will include developer services. So what content to be provided to you? So our sessions will be a PPT slide based, and will focus more on hands-on learning than theoretical. On every services of AWS, we'll learn hands-on. We'll do the hands-on of every services, and we'll create everything. I'll show you every hands-ons. And what we'll discuss in our class, the exact document will be provided to you. And a complete document with detailed steps will be provided for your hands-on labs. And I am also planning to create YouTube videos. Suppose in case of from the document you will not able to create any hands-on, so you can also refer these YouTube videos. And also I have included quiz questions and answers, but this is less priority. I will provide you the questions and answers, but you have to study alone. And this course will be like I am planning to complete 4 months, but it may take up to maximum 5 months, minimum 4 months, and it will go to 5 months. And we will discuss in Saturday and Sundays for 1 hour. If possible, we can also take some weekdays class if possible. So this is the expectations from you, like you should spend at least 8 to 10 hours per week. And every hands-on exercise should be practiced from your side. Any questions till now?
Where will get the materials like for
I'll
practice, sample papers or anything?
I will give you in a website. So I have created one website. I will share you all the details about our practice, and for the YouTube videos, this is not yet created. And along with our course, I will create the videos only for the uh, hands-on learning. All the hands-on, those things will be provided as a video, but those videos not yet created, but document things is partially created. I will try to give you all the documents for the hands-on, and those hands-on I will show you in every classes. I will show you the hands-on learn hands-ons for every services. Okay, today as an introduction class, I'll tell you about cloud computing and the history of cloud computing and the usage of where we can use the cloud computing, the features, benefits of the cloud computing, and the types of cloud computing models, and the all the cloud computing services that is supported in the today market, virtualization and hypervisor of the cloud. And we will also see cloud service providers who all are the market leaders, and the future of your cloud. And also we'll check the AWS certifications, and we'll check which certifications is appropriate for you, and current job markets for the all cloud providers. So what is cloud computing? So cloud computing is on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Instead of buying, owning and maintaining physical data centers on servers, You can access technology services through internet. Services like your compute service, your database service, your storage service, or any serverless service, any container service, you can get through internet. And those things will be deployed, or those hardwares or servers will be deployed in some company like your Amazon, Microsoft, or your Google. Those are cloud service providers. They will install everything and you will use them through internet. And whatever you will use, you will pay as you go pricing. In its simplest form, cloud computing provides an easy way to access servers, storage, database, and broad set of application services over the internet. So for example, like your storage service, like your Amazon S3 storage, or you can say your Google storage is a example of your cloud storage, and your Gmail service is a SaaS service, software as service, and you can say your Android applications, Android service also you can say one cloud service. And in case of AWS, your virtual machines, your RDS application, RDS instances, those are also an example of cloud services. And the history of cloud computing, I have listed very important companies of from the history. There may be other companies are there, they have introduced cloud. In 1999, Salesforce started delivering applications to users using simple website. And in 2002, Amazon started as AWS, Amazon Web Services, providing services like your storage and computation. In 2009, both Microsoft and Google launched their cloud services. So Microsoft launched Windows Azure, and Google also started provide cloud computing enterprise applications. In 2011, IBM announced IBM Smart Cloud Framework to support smarter planet. And along with this, IBM, Microsoft, Google, and Amazon also more cloud providers like your Alibaba is there, your Oracle also providing some cloud services. Many more companies are there. But as of now, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft are the market leaders. Where we can use the cloud? So we can use in file storage. If you do the big data analytics, we can use cloud for data backups and archiving, disaster recovery, software testing and deployment, social networking. If you want to use infrastructure as service, or if you want to use a platform as service, in these scenarios you can use your cloud platform. And some companies like your Flipkart, they have deployed their servers in AWS. So they are using AWS instances. Flipkart company is using AWS service to deploy their applications. And if you take example of Netflix, the largest provider of your movies and videos, those also they are deployed their servers in Amazon cloud. They have taken Amazon S3 as a storage for their movies and their videos. And what is the features and benefit of cloud computing? So features like your global in minutes, you can deploy your servers in minutes. But in case of suppose you are going to create your own server, your own building, own server, that will take time to set up. Like maybe it takes some 1 year or maybe 6 months to set up your own server. Instead, if you use cloud computing, it will global in minutes. That means you can deploy your application in some few minutes in cloud. And variable versus capital expenses, you don't want to do spend more in cloud computing. Whatever you want to use, you can spend only that. And also there are many features are there, we'll discuss here. Instead of having to invest heavily in data centers and servers before knowing how you are going to use them, you can pay only when you consume computing resources, and pay only for how much you consume. So no need to spend more on data centers. So instead, what data or what resource you can use, you can pay only for them, like your electricity bill. Suppose you are going to your consumption, like maybe this month 500 rupees, maybe summer comes means maybe your expenditure increased to 1000. So whatever you are using, you are paying the bills, like your electricity bills. You are not going to create one substation or any power station to get the consumption. So you are simply using on a rented basis. So this is like similar to your cloud. Whatever resource you want to use, you can pay for that. By using cloud computing, you can achieve a lower variable cost than you would get on your own. With cloud computing, organization can stop guessing about the capacity. So you don't, suppose you are using cloud computing, you are just stop guessing about capacities. Suppose you think that your server may your storage may you may require some petabyte of data, and you may think that whether Amazon will provide me such huge amount of data or not. In this case, you don't want to think about this. Amazon having or your Google having many storage, so that that will be in the on-go. They can provide you unlimited storage, you can say. So no need to think about your capacity. You can get whatever data you want, you can get. In cloud computing environment, new IT resources are on a click away. That means you can get all the resources in some few clicks, which allows organization to reduce the time to take to make those resources available to developers from week to just minute. If you do your own data center, or do you buy one server or buy few server from company and set up your own, that will take some weeks. But in case of minutes, in few minutes you will get all the resources. Cloud computing allows organization to focus on their business priority. So as a company, you can only give the priority of your businesses, not like instead of like heavy lifting of your racking, stacking and powering services servers. No need to think about that. You just focus on your business, and these computing or your storage, those resources will be available in minutes. This is the benefit of cloud. Organization can easily deploy their application to multiple locations around the world with just few clicks. That means suppose your company in India and you are having server in India. So if you want to set up one office in USA, so you will go there and rent one room and install some servers. But in case of cloud computing, no need to think about that. You can sit in India, no need to go USA, and you can buy their resources in online and virtual machines online, and you can deploy their applications, and those applications will be served to your US locations or any locations in the world, because cloud computing providers having the resources in every region in the world. Types of cloud deployment model. So currently you can say the models like your public cloud, private cloud, community cloud and hybrid cloud. We'll discuss details here. So public cloud means the entire computing infrastructure is located on the on premises of the cloud service provider. So you are one company and you want to deploy your data or deploy your applications. So you are buying from the cloud, some public cloud. Maybe you are totally depends upon your public cloud like AWS or your Microsoft Azure. So this is called a public cloud. You are entirely depends upon a cloud service provider. This is most economical option for those individuals and organizations that do not wish to invest in IT infrastructure. Second one is private cloud. It is own cloud. Suppose your company, like maybe your company name is you can say Intel Corporation, and Intel Corporation having their own data centers, or you can say Samsung Electronics, they are having own data centers. You can say own data center means their own cloud, that is private cloud. And in the private cloud, the security and control level is the highest while using the private network. So everything will be managed by you. Security and those things will be managed by you. This is the private cloud. And next is hybrid model. Hybrid model is the combination of public and private cloud. Suppose you are having own data center, and maybe in future there some requirement come that you have to launch some new projects, but you don't have much space left in your data center. For that reason, you may take help from your cloud service provider, maybe from Google or maybe some from Amazon, and you are going to deploy your application, your Amazon cloud, and from Amazon cloud you are communicating to your own private cloud. This model is called a hybrid model. Organizations mainly use hybrid cloud when their on-premise infrastructure needs more scalability. So their on-premise data centers or their own data centers having less storage left, or they want more storage. For due to that reason, they can opt for the public cloud. They can buy some storage from public cloud and they will combine, and their application will work both hybrid model, both private and public cloud model. And community cloud, it is shared by the users of same industry or by those who have common goals. Like suppose you are going to some automobile industry, or maybe some mobile industry, or maybe some protocol like USU protocol, those industry, and many companies are working for a same goal, and they are using some cloud, community cloud, and they some set of companies will build those cloud, and they will communicate and they deploy their applications for a common goal. That is called community cloud. So any questions till now?
Yeah, my query was like for cloud only we have some space where we can put our data, or we have applications and application frameworks. For example, Visual Studio. Okay, so I don't have a Visual Studio in my office. Can I use the cloud server so that they have the Visual Studio directly? I
Yes,
will.
yes, yes.
Okay, okay,
They are having three services like your software service, platform as and infrastructure service. And these application developers can use PaaS, platform as service, so that
okay,
not only Visual Studio, every you can say your Java application like your your Eclipse server or your Maven, Gradle or MS Build, everything is there to build your applications. So almost
okay,
all reputed compilers are there for your cloud environment. You can build or you can deploy your applications.
okay, all right. Actually, I am very new to this cloud, so I may ask some silly questions.
No problem,
Okay.
no problem. You can ask silly
Uh,
questions.
yeah, second question is, for example, let's say I have a hardware dependency. Okay. For
Yes.
example, I am creating application having in automotive domain, infotainment system. I need a car head unit. So, is it possible that that head unit is also connected to the cloud, or how we can manage that?
That head unit, maybe you need some maybe simulator or some application.
Mm-hmm.
Cloud only gives you the compute, network, storage and memory.
Okay.
And there are many services are there which will help you to deploy your applications, or you can build your applications, or you can store your applications. Okay. So in
Okay.
AWS there are thousands, hundreds of services are there.
Okay.
Okay, public cloud. So public cloud is, suppose you are very new to suppose you are created one new company, and you want to deploy your applications, and your company having nothing, means no servers, no systems are there, and you are having some 10 software or 20 software engineers are there, and they are developing some applications, and you are now going to deploy those applications to in the cloud, and you don't have any servers in your data centers, you don't have any data centers. Fine. And you are now comparing which cloud should be appropriate for me. Maybe you are comparing cloud service provider like your Amazon, your Google Cloud, or your Microsoft Azure. And after the comparison, and you feel that my data should be deployed in Amazon cloud, so you are fully depend on your Amazon cloud. So that is the public cloud. You are using any public cloud from a cloud service provider like your Amazon or Google or GCP or Alibaba. That is called public cloud. Okay, private cloud means you are having your own data center. Like some big companies, maybe you can say some hardware companies in the market, they are having own data centers, and that is private cloud, right? And suppose you are having own data center, but you need more space, but you don't want to extend your data centers because your data center may be in USA region, maybe in UK region, and you want to grow your business to India region, but you don't have any data centers, and you don't want to spend time and money on data centers. Instead, you want to buy some cloud platform. So in the India region, you can in the Mumbai region, you can buy some cloud resources like your virtual machines or your database or your storage. Okay, and you are merging those things to your own private cloud. That will be called a hybrid model or hybrid cloud. Hybrid means combination of private and public. Okay, types of computing services. One is infrastructure as service. First is infrastructure as service. Second is platform as service, and last one is software as service. So we'll discuss about infrastructure as service. It provides completely virtualized computing infrastructure that is provisioned and managed over the internet. So here they will provide you a infrastructure model. That means infrastructure means they will give the hardware, and they will, and you are going to create one virtual servers or a data storage space or data centers. You can build your own data centers using infrastructure as service. Amazon or Microsoft will give you the hardware. Okay, take this hardware, take this server, and you can set up your own network, own local network, own your own instance. That is called your infrastructure as service. They will give the infrastructure to you, not only virtual machine, but also your database or your storage or your network, everything they will give. And as per your requirement, you can build your data center using infrastructure as service. And this is example is Microsoft Azure, Amazon Web Services, Cisco Meta Cloud, Google Compute Engine. Second is platform as service. PaaS provide the framework needed to build, test, deploy, and manage your software's product. So they will give a framework. They will give the compilers or to build your applications or test your application, deploy your application. They will give a environment. You only upload your code. Those code will be build their unit test, and your maybe your sonar queue. Those things will be run. You can do your SAST, DAST. Okay, you can do your security testing. Okay, those framework will be provided by you. No need to use your local system. Instead, you can use your cloud providers PaaS service. And it utilizes the some basic infrastructure as IaaS, but it also includes the operating system, middleware, development tools, and database management systems needed to create your software applications. So you can using this PaaS service, you can also create your software applications. Most PaaS tools provide extensive pre-coded applications built into the platform, which can greatly reduce coding time. Okay, so you just do the codings and everything will be managed by your cloud. And some examples are AWS Beanstalk, where you can only upload your code. The build, deployment, server provisioning, everything will be taken care by these Beanstalk applications. Next
So
is
it's an example of CI/CD is also part of this service, right?
no CI/CD. Yeah, this will include CI/CD also. Elastic Beanstalk will say CI/CD, and for the CI/CD, there is another tools are available like your AWS Code Commit, AWS Code Build, AWS. Some more tools are there. And next is software service. This is fully developed software solutions ready for purchase. and use over the internet. So this is, you can say, the softwares, online softwares, that is software service. The SaaS provider manages the infrastructure and operating system, middleware and data necessary to deliver the program, and ensuring that the software is available whenever the customer required. So you can say the example of your Gmail, you can say your YouTube, those are the example of SaaS. You can say Microsoft Office 365, Salesforce, Cisco WebEx, Google Apps, those are comes under SaaS. So everything will be managed by your cloud provider, and they will give a software, but you have to only use the software through internet. That is SaaS. So this is the difference between your infrastructure as service, platform as service, and software as service. Please look at this image, and here this something in blue in color and some in gray in color. So in the infrastructure as service, your gray things will be managed by your cloud provider. That means data centers, those powers, networking, storage, servers, virtualization. This is provider manages. And what customer will manage? Customer will manage your operating system, will decide which operating system I need to install to my virtual machines, Windows or Linux, or in the database, which engine should I opt, maybe MySQL, maybe SQL Server, maybe Oracle, and security applications. Those things will be managed in case of infrastructure as service. This thing will be managed by your client or customer, and these gray things will be managed by cloud provider. Amazon will manage these things, and this thing will be managed by you in case of infrastructure as service. And in case of platform as service, everything will be managed by you. You only manage your applications. And in case of SaaS, software as service, everything will be managed by your service provider. You only use the application, you only use the software. Okay, any questions till now?
I have one question.
Yes,
Hello.
I think, yeah.
So there is four services you are saying, the application and the SaaS and the what is that?
SaaS, PaaS, and
Application.
IaaS.
Yes. So what is the scenario? If we are managing everything, then the cost is the different. The cost will be different, or the cost will be same. And what is the scenario for this?
See, there are different costs. Suppose in the infrastructure as service, you are want to create some virtual machine, right? And you are managing the virtual machines, like your OS and everything will be managed by you. But they will charge for CPU, memory, network, and storage.
Okay.
And in case of software service, suppose one software is from another company, maybe some company, maybe you can say Microsoft directory, or some services will
Hmm.
become some from other company, and they are charging some license charge. So AWS will include that license charge plus their infrastructure charge. They'll I will tell you in the billing part, for every services what is the billing, how Amazon is going
So
to build.
usually company are preferring which services out of these four? The big companies are preferring which services?
Out of not four, these three, every services. Suppose you want to create one database, or you create some virtual machines, you will opt for infrastructure as service. And in case of you want to build your applications, and you want to deploy your applications, you can use your PaaS service. And suppose you want to use some applications like your WebEx, or maybe you can use some Zoom call, those are also SaaS service, software as service.
Okay.
In case of Amazon,
Okay.
they are having some service like email service, notification service, queue service, you can use those.
Okay. Thank you.
And cloud model uses some virtualized model. Virtualization is allows to share a single physical instance of a resource or an application among multiple customers and organization. Like they will have some big hardwares and they will virtualize those hardwares, and under this virtualization many companies will use their virtualized hardware on the same host, and they have created some software on top of your hardware. They are having some virtualization software there, and on top of this virtualized software many companies will use their applications or servers on that. Suppose you are going to create one virtual machine and another person is going to create another virtual machine. That does not mean the company will provide different hosts to you both. They will create one big host, and on the top of the big host they will virtualize their hardware. Suppose they are having 100 CPU, their server having 100 CPUs, and you want only 2 CPUs of one operating system. They will give only 2 CPUs and another 98 CPUs left, and another guy will come. Okay, they want the 10 CPUs, some virtual machine. They will give some 10 CPUs, then another 88 CPUs left. Like that way the cloud model will work. In the virtualized model, they will assign a logical name to a physical storage, not full the physical storage. What is a hypervisor? A hypervisor, also known as a virtual machines monitor or VMM. It is a software creates and runs virtual machines. So see, this is your hardware. Okay, on the top of the hardware one software will be there. This software is called hypervisor, and this on top of the hypervisor you can create your virtual machines, your operating systems. Maybe this is Linux machine, maybe this is your Windows machine, maybe this is another OS. Okay, and this hypervisor will manage everything. This hypervisor will communicate this OS to your hardware. A hypervisor allows one host computer to support multiple guest VMs by virtually sharing its resources. So it will share the main hardware. This hypervisor will be share the main hardware. So any questions still now? We'll discuss about cloud service providers. Actually, this is some basic introduction. Okay, can I repeat this hypervisor?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, this hypervisor, you can say some software, some set of softwares, and this hypervisor developed by Microsoft, maybe some Gen Micro, some other companies are there. They are developed their hypervisors, and these hypervisors are installed in your hardware. In the okay, let me show you. Like company having like some CPU rack. Okay, some CPU rack. Rack means multiple CPUs. Maybe 100 racks will be there, or maybe 1000 rack will be there. Fine. And you are having storage. Storage means your hard drive. Storage rack. And maybe your memory means your RAM, you can say your memory, and you can say some your network. So all these things will be connected through your network cable. This is a network layer, and on top of that your hypervisor will be there, and this is a software. Hypervisor, and under that your host OS will be there. Host OS. Host OS. And this host OS will be created using this CPU rack, storage rack, RAM, and network. So they will connect each other. This will be connect to this OS. And on top of this OS, this hypervisor software has been installed. And suppose you are going to create one EC2 instance or one maybe you can Windows instance or Windows virtual machine. So it will be created on the top of your hypervisor, and this hypervisor can communicate to your OS and your virtual machines. And these hardwares can be given to this your virtual machine through hypervisor. That is, suppose you want to create one Windows machine and you want that some I need some maybe 4 CPU processor, and I need some 16 GB RAM. Maybe you need 1 TB of HDD, 1 TB of HDD or SSD. Fine. And you need some network adapter. Hello?
That means when you are allocating a virtual machine to a customer, you have to configure these things in this software.
Yes. And this hypervisor will communicate to give you these things. And your OS will not know
So this
that.
hypervisor is for all the software services like Amazon and the Google's cloud services. The same
Yes,
software is for
there are
AWS
many
services.
hypervisor in the market. So which hypervisor maybe your company is using, your AWS is using. We'll discuss in detail in the virtual machine in your EC2 instance class. Okay, this is just an introduction. Okay. And cloud service providers in the market. So currently AWS is the market leader. So as of 2020, AWS having some 32% of market share, and Microsoft Azure having 20% of market share, and Google having 7%, Alibaba having 6%, and the rest of the other providers having 35%. And definitely AWS is the older one, and many companies have deployed their application in AWS due to this stability. And AWS use more IaaS service, infrastructure as service, and Microsoft uses mostly platform as service, and Google uses mostly software as service, because Google having many softwares, and platform Microsoft uses any platform as services. There are specializations. AWS uses infrastructure as service more. And cloud market till 2020 quarter 4, 39.9 billion. Okay, we will check about AWS certifications. So as of now, there are some 11 certifications in AWS, and most basic one is AWS Cloud Practitioner. This is the most basic, and you need to learn AWS for 6 months at least to clear this exam. And next is 3 type of exams: architect, operations, and developer. Those who all are interested for architect, they can opt for architect. And for operations means like of admin job, they will create their resources, they can opt for operations. And next is developers. Developer means some people are developers like Java developers and .NET developers, and they want to develop their applications for cloud services. They can go this way, developer associate. And both developer and your operation associate can go for professional level, that is called DevOps engineers professional. And the architect person can go to AWS Solution Architect Professional certification. And along with that, you can do some special certifications like your AWS Advanced Networking, Security, Machine Learning, then your Data Analytic, Database, Alexa Builder. Those special certifications also there. But our focus will be this one, AWS Certified Solution Architect. So any questions to the certifications?
So for practitioner, 6 months means we need to complete some online courses for that, or how it is six
Maybe
month training?
they are saying some industry knowledge of 6 months. AWS some 6 months of AWS knowledge. Your experience. Maybe you in the 6 month people are clearing AWS associate. Okay, maybe in 2 months you study more and more. In 2 months you can also clear cloud practitioner. But they are saying it
Okay.
needs these documents from Amazon. Like they
Okay.
are saying if you are having 1 year of experience and solving problems and implementing solutions using AWS cloud, then you can clear these 3 exams.
So exam will be like in multiple choice or
Yeah, multiple
descriptive.
choice, scenario based. They will give you scenario based. Maybe some question having one answer, and maybe multiple choices. Like they will give some 5 answers. You have to
Mhm.
select 3 or 2.
Best one. Okay.
Yeah, best 3. Yeah, best 2. And you will give some 2.5 hours of exam, and they will give some like 65 questions as of now, and
Mhm.
you have to like you have to opt for 72% minimum to clear the exam.
Okay.
Okay, AWS cloud trends and jobs. If you see in 2014, this is the graph of 2014 to 2020, and see this is started from some 1000 billion to now it reached to 12,500 billion, I think. Million, sorry, million. This is the AWS earning. And if you see the cloud share providers, Amazon leads 13 billion cloud market, and currently it is 32%, Azure is 20%, and Google is 9%. So as of 2020, cloud infrastructure services revenue to 129 billion, and this is increasing actually. This is increasing in exponential form. So we'll check. If you check the jobs in the cloud market, if you see, if I search in Naukri, this is the most reputed job search site. If I select AWS and search only AWS, I will see some 44,228 open jobs for AWS. And if I compare with cloud and GCP, I will compare with Microsoft Azure and Google. So if I search GCP, it is like 27,000 open jobs. And if I search Azure, so similarly, it is like 31,000. But AWS having 42,000, means AWS having more jobs in the market. And as of now, AWS is the market leader from the starting to till now. Okay, any questions? Regarding this introduction, or any questions about this course, or any questions about the services we will cover?
Yeah, I have one question.
Yeah.
This AWS is meant for means who can do this course?
See, we are having three levels.
Anyone can actually.
Yeah, we are having 3 levels of certifications. If you are don't want to do some codings, you want to only do the architect, you can opt for this solution architect. But your role will be like you have to decide which service and what infrastructure should your company use. You should have a very depth knowledge about AWS architect. And second thing is, suppose you are like your system admin in a company, and you know the networking, you know the database setup, those things, then you can opt for the sysop administrator. And your role will be like create the resources, create some virtual machines, create some RDS systems. This is no coding, but from the console UI or from the internet UI, Amazon dashboard, you can create your resources. And the last one is developer. Developer role means you should have some development knowledge in maybe Java, maybe Python, maybe .NET, and you are developing some applications for cloud. So for that you need this developer associate.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, then from the next time we'll okay, I will give some introduction to the like our services. So we'll having many services like your compute service, networking service, and elastic load balancing, auto scaling, AWS Lambda, then your elastic beanstalk, direct connect, Amazon Route 53. Many services are there. Simple storage service, Amazon Glacier. So we'll learn one by one service. Amazon CloudFront, storage gateway, elastic block store. There are many services are there, and we'll cover maybe some 30 to 35 services in this course. So each service will take 1 or 2 classes, and we will do the theory part as well as hands-on part. Any questions, Smurti Ranjan or?
Just one query. For example, after this theory, how we can implement it? Is there any dummy AWS like cloud storage and all available, or how? I mean, my point is how to implement it. Any sample code, anything we can do?
Yeah, there. I will give you everything.
Okay, okay.
I will show you the storage. Where is the storage? Amazon storage is there, and how to create your own bucket, or you can upload your data using which type, in which way, maybe from your console, maybe from your applications, maybe directly from your UI. I will give you all the paths.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, all right.
Okay, then you can stop the session, and we'll meet on
Yeah, yeah,
next
yeah.
Saturday.
Okay,
Thank you.
fine. So, yeah, thank you for your time.
Bye.
Thank you.